Hello and welcome back to another YouTube vlog. Today we are going competing. We're taking Tushka to Parwood. I'm going to jump the 105 and the 110. See how we get on. Haven't been out in a few weeks, feeling very rusty. Yeah, main aim of the day, stay attached to the horse, try not to ride like an absolute spoon. There she is, let's go. Oh, douche. Right, we have the pony. Try and walk around the mud. Because she must wee, or think about having a wee. Oh, hello, who are we talking to? Oh, don't. Oh, fantastic. Started off the dawn chorus. As per usual, I then completely forgot to film until we got to Parwood. Tushka's in season, so not sure how this is going to go, but we will see. Just about to go, all tacked up, just about to go and get on and warm up. I hadn't realised her ladyship was in season until we got to the show and she was shouting at everyone in the car park and she refused to let me to put her bridle on. Apparently the issue was just with me though, as she let Dad put it on straight away. Nothing humbles you quicker than a mare in season. This is Tushka's round in the 105. I wasn't sure how she was going to go as she tends to be all or nothing and it only takes one small thing to knock her completely off balance. So I wasn't sure how much her being in season would actually have an impact, especially as she was shouting. She felt quite quiet in herself to ride around this course. As you can see coming to fence 3 I'm having to ride her a little bit stronger than I usually would. Usually she'd be taking me into the fences, but there we are. So the only concern I had about this course was that the related distances were quite long and she's a very short striding horse, so I knew I'd have to really roll on, and actually I rode completely the opposite to how I would have wanted to. So she just jumped fence 4 quite nicely. She does a nice flying change there and we get a bit of a short distance into fence 5, but you know, nothing too bad. So coming up now is one of the distances that I was worried about, and somehow I managed to completely lose all balance coming around the corner and get a really short stride in, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a nice forward shot, so I had to really ride down that distance and I still got a bit of a long stride. The next distance was also the distance that I was concerned about, and yet again I managed to completely overthink it and underride it. So I came around the corner, did not have the right amount of canter and got a really short stride in, and then had to ride slightly dementedly down that line to even get the right amount of strides. I think I could have actually put another one in if I held, but there we are. That's a lesson in why we don't fixate on fences and why you ride the canter that you've got. This is also when my brain went slightly offline after this fence and I completely forgot where I was supposed to be turning back to, so completely missed a jump off turn. But then I also realised that it's actually quite deep, the surface, and I didn't really want to be pulling her legs out from under her anyway. My aim for today wasn't to win anyway, it was just to have a couple of nice forward, confident double clears. I mean, this one obviously wasn't my best riding with missing the distances and not riding them how I wanted to, but lesson learned, and it's all experience. That last stride was definitely too long, but I just let her canter roll on too much. First class jumped semi-successfully. Then it was on to the second class, the 110. I was supposed to be third to go, but I think I ended up about fourth to go. So I didn't have any to watch, which turns out was probably quite a good thing because it was causing quite a few issues after I jumped. I think there was only about 3 or 4 double clears for the entire class, but it was a category 1 show, which basically means that you're likely to have more amateur types or more amateur horses or novice horses in it. And you never know who's actually stepping up a level for the first time or the horses are stepping up. Anyway, my focus for this class was to get a bit of a bigger canter, not necessarily more forward and not more flat, but just a bigger canter to help me with those distances, because now they had quite big oxers out rather than just the uprights that they had in the last class. A slightly better shot to fence 1, and then fence 2 came up quite nicely, then just riding around to a different fence 3 this time, which again I think I got on quite a decent-ish distance. Something I've been working on with Tushka is getting a better canter, so where she is quite short-strided I need to keep her moving forward but not letting the canter get flat. So I'm quite happy with her canter here, and as you can see I get a bit of a short stride into the water tray but nothing too bad, and it lets her have a look at it. And then fence 5, autopilot takes over. I didn't have a stride there and Tushka was moving forward, so she just took one for me. Nothing too bad, but I wouldn't want to do that too many times, put it that way. Then she took me nicely down to the first double. Again, good stride in, decent stride out. Happy with how she jumped that. Then round to the related distance that I didn't ride too well the first time, so trying to ride it a little bit better this time. I can't actually remember how I did. A bit better in. Yeah, that's better in, and then I still have to push her on down that distance and she still stands off it a little bit, but a lot more comfortable than the first time around at least. Then round to the second double. This was a long way round for a jump off, but as you can see the surface is quite deep and I didn't want to risk her slipping or anything because we've got a big show coming up, so I just went round the houses and just kept on moving, and as you can see landed and turned there, which was quite good to come back round to this other related distance. I'd got a bit in my own head about this distance because I rode it rubbish the first time and it had quite a big oxer coming out, so I was quite pleased to get a good distance in, and then she still had to stretch a bit on the way out, but she made it out quite nicely and looked very comfortable doing so. And then just round to the last, again she was a little bit forward and a little bit flat, but I'll take it, she was comfortable jumping in. Hi Hannah. Hey Zumi. Hello. Tush, got rosettes. Carrots for a winning pony. Mind my fingers. Get. Yay. Just got home. Hello Tush. Just going out to the field. Yes, Tushka is very much in season today, which is great fun. So I wasn't sure how she was going to go, but actually she was a good girl. Double clear in both classes. She came 4th in the 105 and won the 110. I didn't actually do any turns. Whoa, don't run me over. I didn't actually do any turns because I wasn't convinced on the surface, being honest, but sorry, she's just snacking her way out. yeah, the surface was quite deep, I thought, and I just didn't want to, like, I don't know, I don't ride that balance around corners currently, so I didn't want her to have any issues, traction issues. But no, really pleased with her. So she was a bit, she's just a bit unsettled where she's in season. Like, she doesn't usually whinny to any other horses, and all she's been doing today is whinnying. And she also wouldn't let me put her bridle on in the car park, which was weird. She's never done that in the entire, like, over 10 years I've owned her. And Dad had to put it on. For some reason, she was fine with Dad putting it on, just not me. So she just doesn't like me today. But anyway, thank you for joining me, guys, on another vlog. Hope this was in some way interesting. If not, feel free to scroll on. If you did like it, can you drop a comment, please? It would be really appreciated. Thanks!